Police
This is Ray to
found
Rob.
the car.
I gotta turn that TV
When
down.
police pull over
This
the car,
this
they
video is
find a
pretty
bow
serious
saw
video.
And a bow
It's
saw
not
is the
really
item
something to
which
joke about.
Morse
I'm gonna
Black
find
was
his handkerchief so I can
discovered.
turn the damn video.
And there was Morse Black's blood found in the back of that vehicle.
Galveston police immediately arrest the driver, 58-year-old Robert Durst. He is charged with the murder of...
Anyway, this this is not really something to joke about. This is not a laughing matter, even though my haters are gonna say a bunch of shit. But this is serious business. Now I hope it ain't as bad as, I don't think it's that bad, but I hope it ain't as bad as, you know, it could be. About a couple of weeks ago, I went and met Mad Mike in person. Mad Mike, he's a, you know, YouTuber. He does a lot of videos. He now calls himself Paranormal Oregon. You know, he goes into the woods and he shoots videos or whatever's in the woods of the forest, the woods of Oregon. You know, Oregon. Well, that same night that I met him, this is when it started. This was the first day I felt kind of, you know, bloated and I felt congested. I had a big meal at the TA truck stop, and it was late in the afternoon. You know, it was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock. It was still daylight out. And after I had that big meal, the TA in Eugene, it's actually, can't think of the name of the town, starts with a C, not Colton, Colbert or some shit, I don't know, whatever. I-5 exit 199, Kobe or some shit, I don't know, whatever. So anyway, I decided, you know, I'm going to go for my daily walk and I'm going to walk around, you know. So I walked around the old district of that town and, you know, went on like a 2-mile walk, you know, trying to lose weight. It just came out upon me all of a sudden. I felt kind of bloated. I felt kind of congested. Like, what the fuck, man? So I hurried up back to the truck stop and I did my thing. And for the next week, I felt like every time I ate something, every time I drank something, I felt congested. And it got to the point where I couldn't fart. And you know, not a laughing matter, but it's a serious issue. I mean, the average human being, I looked it up. I looked it up and everything. The average human being farts 14 times a day. You have to fart, get to let the gases out, you know, or else you're going to get bloated. It got to the point where I couldn't fart. It's like, what the fuck? You know, I felt congested every time I ate something. And it would always, you know, I would always have to take a shit. And sometimes it would come out runny and like diarrhea. Not really diarrhea type, just hard to explain. Well, this went on for like a little over a week where I felt congested, I felt bloated. I thought to myself, I'm gonna have to go see a doctor. Then it stopped. I started walking more, I started drinking more water, and it stopped. I think, oh, this is good, you know. I drank more water, I started walking around more, and it stopped. And I haven't had that problem in like, it's been like 4 days, and I feel fine. Today, I got on the toilet, and I'm bleeding. Yes, my asshole is bleeding. I thought, it was coming out bloody. I mean, it wasn't like dripping blood or anything, but when I was, you know, wiping my ass, there was blood on the fucking toilet paper. I'm like, this might be a problem. And I looked up, so I did a Google search of what could cause this. And my intelligence says, or my research came up with, if you felt congested or bloated over a few days, you can get a bloody asshole. You can, you know, get a bloody asshole, and that might happen for a couple days. You drink lots of water, and it stops, and that's it. So I thought, well, that's great. I'll just keep drinking more water like I'm doing. You know, I'm a healthy guy. I'm a healthy 34-year-old. I'm a little overweight. I'm not no fat slob or nothing, but I do have a triple chin, and I'm a little overweight, and I want to lose about 10, 15 pounds. But I do exercise a lot, and I do walk around. I drink lots of water. So it's just something that sometimes it just happens, you know. Sometimes you have that, maybe you're something I ate, and sometimes you eat something and you might feel sick for a couple days, and maybe it was just something I ate at the truck stop and it caused me to have upset stomach for a few days or a week, and that was that. So I drank more water, I exercised more, and I feel fine now. Just Just have to, if it continues, I'm going to have to see a doctor. I don't want it to continue. But there's something else that caught my eye that could be. And I'm not going to say I was scared. I'm not afraid to die. I'm 34 years old. I mean, I'm not afraid of death. I faced death a few times. I was in a bad truck accident in 2006. A truck in front of me overturned, and I went into the median, and I came like that close to hitting them. I was almost killed. I was robbed at gunpoint in 2011 when I was cab driving. I was carjacked at gunpoint when I was 18 in Flint, Michigan. I slid off the road a couple of times in my pickup truck when I was 18, 19. Almost went into a river when it was icy roads out, slid off the road. No one came like maybe 3 feet from hitting the river. So I've had my faces of death, you know. So I'm not really afraid to die. I mean, death is inevitable. It's going to happen. Everybody dies. So I try to live my life to the fullest and accept my Lord. I've already accepted my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. If I walk up this door and get hit by a car today and die, I'm not gonna say I want that to happen. I'm just saying if it happens today, if I die today, then then that's God's plan. That's the way it is. And I could honestly say I lived a full life. I met a lot of people. I traveled the country. I went overseas. I lived a full life, and I'm pretty happy with my life. If I were to go today, hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyway, so anyway, I did my research, and one thing that came up, a symptom, is colon cancer, which pretty much affects the large intestine. Large intestine helps digest the food, and what happens is in colon cancer is they get these like blockades, and it doesn't digest right. It's like a tumor that happens within the intestine of the large intestine, and where the cells, I don't know, they don't act right, and they're not. We have trillions of cells in our body, and billions of cells a day die in our body and are replaced every day. And it's something with the cells in the large intestine, and I don't know, it creates like a blockade, like in a tumor within the large intestine, and that can lead to anal bleeding. That can lead to what the fuck? Like what happened with me when I was congested for a week. I'm not saying I have colon cancer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if this shit continues, I might have to get it looked at. I mean, the symptoms I have, they said there's a 1% to 2% chance it could be colon cancer. Doing my research, and they said about colon cancer makes up 8% of cancer patients, and about 4%, a little over 4, I think it was like 4.4% of adult males over the age of 50 or anybody will catch colon cancer in their life, which is very minimal. And the survival rate for colon cancer caught at an early stage, 75%. If it's caught at stage 4, 13.5% survival rate. So obviously, if it is colon cancer, I have a good survival rate, 75%, because I'm going to catch it early. I don't think that's what it is. I just think that I was congested for a bit. I ate something. Maybe it was something I ate or something. I don't know. It could be the weather change. I don't know. It could be anything. So anyway, I just want to give an update. Hopefully it ain't what it is, but if this shit continues, so I haven't had the congestion problem in like almost a week. And then today, I had that, yeah. It's not something I want to come on YouTube and say, but it's not something I really want to put out there. People are going to say shit. I know people are going to say shit in the comment section that, Raging Rob takes it up the ass, that's why your ass is bleeding, and what I expect the stupidity in the comment section. I'm going to leave the comment section open, and I'm going to let you nerds dance and say whatever the fuck you want. You could take this video, you could do whatever you want, the hell with it. Retweet it on Twitter, Raging Rob this, Raging Rob that, look at Raging Rob, this is proof that Raging Rob's a fag, this is proof that Raging Rob takes it up the ass. Whatever. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. I don't give a shit. But this is a serious fucking issue. I already know the trolls are gonna say shit, so that's why I'm just gonna put that out there. But this is a serious fucking issue, so. And hopefully it went away. Hopefully, I think it's nothing. I never really had any health problems my entire life. I caught the chicken pox when I was 6. I caught pneumonia when I was 16. I was in the hospital for a couple days. But other than that, I never really caught any. How do I say this? Anything that can really kill me, I mean, pneumonia can kill you, but I have a really strong immune system to fight that shit. I caught pneumonia when I was 16. Got real sick, but I survived. Anyway, I'm a pretty healthy guy. I never really had any health issues, When I was 6 years old, I fell out the station wagon, crushed my leg, broke my leg. I broke my arm when I was camping on a camping trip when I was like 10. I had a couple of head injuries roller skating when I was 16, 18. Hit my head a couple of times, had a couple of concussions. Broke my nose when I was 20 years old roller skating. About 4 years ago, I had a roller skating injury. I scraped up my fucking leg pretty bad. I scraped the hell out of my knee. Almost dislocated my knee. Dislocated my shoulder once. Roller skating about 10 years ago. So I've had my share of, injuries and shit like that, but other than that, I'm a pretty healthy 34-year-old. I never really had any health problems. So I hope it isn't the inevitable, but we shall see in due time. So what I'm asking my followers is pray for me, and hopefully it ain't colon cancer. I don't think it is. I think it's just it could be anything. I just think I was congested for a week. That's all it was. Anyway, just want to give an update. This is Raging Rob.